Welcome to JNL Lumber. So this is a new channel that we've started up to really showcase our JNL Lumber LLC business. This channel is JL Lumber, and then you can also find us on Facebook if you search out JNL Lumber. So just wanted to give you an introduction to the business and what this channel is going to be focused on. JNL Lumber is located in Orange, Texas. We started this up September of 2025, and we're still getting things organized and set up to be able to start cutting lumber. And we're going to be doing that, off and on. I don't plan on keeping really any lumber cut and in stock. It's all going to be really just custom order. So if you're in the market for pine, if you're looking for framing lumber, timbers, project, craft boards, shelving, lap siding, anything like that, give us a call. We can definitely take care of that for you. So where did all of this kind of get started? So I got into sawmilling probably around 2016 when my parents had a pine tree that fell in the backyard, and I went and cut the tree up, and I was going to take it to a local mill and sell it so they could get a little money for it. Turns out that really wasn't really worth the time to load it up on a trailer and haul it down there. So I ended up, my dad had a small manual mill, and ended up actually me and my brother getting that running, and we cut that log up on that sawmill. And at the time I was building a shop, and I actually cut all of my door headers out of that tree. And so that's what really got me started. I thought, well, if I can cut the door headers, I can cut a lot more. So that really got me started into sawmilling. But the one thing I really learned quickly is that a manual mill will work you really, really hard. So turning the log, loading the log, it's all manual. So I thought, well, if I'm really going to get into sawmilling, I wanted to have something that would take some of the work out of it. It's still a lot of work no matter what. So that began the search for a sawmill, and about 3 years later, back in 2019, I actually purchased a Wood-Mizer LT40. So that has hydraulics, so it has the hydraulic load, log lifter, clamp, and log turner. And so that really makes sawing up the lumber a whole lot easier. And having a tractor and Mini X to do the log handling in the log yard definitely helps as well. So again, if you need lumber and you're in the Southeast Texas area, give me a call, and I'll have all of our contact information down below in the comments of this video. And let's go take a look at the barn. Okay, so we're over here at the barn, and kind of show you a little bit of my setup over here. So in the background here, I've got the LT40 hydraulic sawmill. So that's what I do all of my cutting on as far as the lumber goes. And then here in the front, I've got a EG100 board edger. So the EG100 board edger, it's a dual blade edger. So basically a single pass of the board on the conveyor will edge both sides of the board, and I can cut anywhere up to a 12-inch wide board, 2 inches thick through that edger. So as my first cuts are coming off of the sawmill, they have live edges on them. And so instead of having to stack those up on the sawmill and edge those, I can actually move them over to my table and run them through the board edger with a single pass. So this table here is what I was working on my Herds Hobbies channel, if you follow me over there. And I was building this table. This table actually was made out of some old scrap iron I had cut up off of another sawmill. So as the boards are coming off of the wood miser, I can now stack them on this table and that need edging, and then easily move them over through the edging process and then stack them in the barn. So as we move over here, you're going to see the Mini X. So the Mini X we use for log handling. So as we're loading logs, moving them up here to the sawmill, I do a lot of that with the Mini X. So typically this is what I do with the lumber that I cut. I sticker everything so it air dries evenly, and then I will band that up also to help keep things from twisting or warping. Now this pine was all cut out of some logs that had been sitting for a while, so they weren't green, and so they were pretty much dry by the time I cut them. So I haven't really banded those together at this point, and you know, they're just drying out and getting ready for use. So as I said earlier, we're also going to be doing some firewood processing, and so I've been doing a lot of research on trying to figure out the best possible ways to stack and dry firewood. And IBC totes, I see a lot of people using those, but in my area, getting your hands on IBC totes gets expensive. So being that I have a sawmill and I have a lot of lumber that I can cut, I'm actually cutting my own pallet wood and building these pallets. These are 4x4 by 4 foot. So basically that is a third of a cord when it is completely full, and that is how I'm going to start storing the firewood as we split it, for it to dry and be seasoned and ready for the 2026 season. So I will be selling these pallets of firewood. And one thing that we're going to try is maybe doing a roadside stand and selling bundled firewood, just for those the campers or somebody that's heading up to the lake. They can stop by and pick up bundled firewood and have that, and hopefully do that cheaper than what you would buy it at the store. So we're definitely, you know, looking into those things as well, and that's all stuff that, as I'm going through that process, I will be sharing with you through this channel. So that's just a brief overview of our setup here at JNL Lumber, and hope you found some interest in this, and I hope that you like and subscribe to the channel and hit the notification button, so as I'm posting more video content, you'll be notified of that. I don't have a set schedule on when I'm going to be posting content at this point. I'm still, you know, working on getting the business set up, and as I'm going through and cutting lumber, I'll definitely be showing those videos, and as I'm working on projects around the place, I'll be showing that as well on this channel. So again, if you're in the Orange area, Southeast Texas area, look us up, give us a call if we can help you with any lumber you might be needing. Again, it's going to be framing lumber, project or craft wood, and you know, I've got got some hardwood, red oak, and then other hardwoods that I run across. I'll definitely be cutting those up and offering that for sale. If you have logs that you were wanting to get something cut out of, I definitely will cut those for you as well. And then as I get set up to do lap siding, I will take you along through that process and show you how that turns out, as I'll be using that on our next project for our pump shed. So thanks again for checking us out, and please like and subscribe and help build up the channel. I will put our contact information down below in the comments, so if you do have questions or are interested in lumber, give us a call. We appreciate it, and we'll see you next time.